Hello, good morning, and welcome to Models Throws, Models Mess, Models Shenanigans. It is Monday, the 28th of April, 2025, and you've got me and the two bros. Not sure where Mr. Down Under is. I'm sure he'll be here at some stage. So, how are you, gents? You okay?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Cool. Right,
Nice.
let's quickly go round. So, hello, little old lady. We're going to start with you. How are you?
I'm good. Legs a bit achy, but
I bet.
stood around a lot this weekend. But that's by the way.
Oh, no, you can tell everybody why.
I will do. Let me get round to it.
No, do it now.
No, too late now. I'm not going to do it at all. This morning, did do a lot. Watched a couple of. I watched the latest episode of The Last of Us, and then second half of a rugby match I started watching last night after I got home from the NEC Key Model World. Excellent weekend. Lots of talking, lots of standing around, chatting to people who have no idea about anything to do with modelling. They just do trains. Train. Good weekend. People got stressy about paperwork and clipping up, and nothing went to plan.
Good.
No, I think I had booked a slot to unload it between 2 and 3. Got there at was it about 12:30? Queued up. Yay, not a problem. I'll see if I can wheel my stuff in. Oh no, away you go. Go and have a slot and unload. Okay.
Cool.
So I'd finished unloading by 1:15 when I parked a car miles away, or 750 meters away from where we were. Unloaded, set up with Gary, who had come over on train. Just a basic table. Put a few models out. Didn't put any merch out until the following morning, and then hotel. Had a great day. We'll talk. I think we're going to talk a bit more about it later. But good 2 days. I had to put up with Steph on the Saturday. But I did. It was compensated for by having James and Gabby on both the Saturday and Sunday. Lots of water to be drunk. I've still got some. That's another tale. But modelling wise, I managed to do this little thing on Friday and Saturday night, which is a Tamiya 148 Stewart Stewart M5A1. It comes in. I've got little bits that will go for priming later on. So that's what I did over the weekend, modelling wise. But apart from that, I'm going to be working on this little thing, which is a Crusader Mark III anti-aircraft, twin Polston cannons. So I've started building into the turret, and I am going to. I was given these yesterday by Albion Alloys to try out.
Oh, very nice.
So that one is for the Crusader SCC 15, and that one will be for the Stewart. See how they spray. He asked me to give him feedback on them, and if they're any good. James has got some in stock. It's blue box. So I might be ordering some, but they're very similar to MRP paints, supposedly. But I'll see how they go. I've got some, but I needed the SCC 15. I just asked about it, and he went, "Oh no, you can have it. Thank you very much." And that's what I've been doing, and what we're up to.
Ow.
Hello, Mal.
Get my hand out.
Yeah, I'm good. It's a beautiful day today and all this week apparently. So I'll be painting walls and stuff. Anyway, today's been a normal day. I woke up and
Bonus.
up shut. Did my normal bit of exercise, went for a walk, had breakfast, had a shower, got my hair cut by the resident haircut fairy, and come in here. Otherwise, nothing much going on really, apart from I've actually got sky on the Lysander. So there's a bit of masking to do. It's got a nice wavy demarcation line behind the undercarriage legs, so that's something different. And moved on a little bit with the IAR 81, working on getting the propeller sorted so it spins. Damaged. We were discussing that yesterday as well, weren't we? Oh yeah, I've still got to paint little stripes on the P51 spinner. I'll keep putting that off this. But apart from that, although I've been waiting to get the Sea Fury decking stage done, and if you remember, the stencil decals for it are in white because it's the blue Australian version, but there's no call out for where they actually go, so I'm having to work it out. I did work out a few more yesterday, but I haven't, because it's decals, I can't be bothered. So I've decided today I'm going to start adding a wash to this so I can get it finished. And to that end, to get it finished, I needed paint masks for the wheels, which I just cut, and then realised I don't need the centres, I need the surround, so I've got to recut the surround. Easily done. It's old. It's called old age, apparently. But yeah, they're not a problem. Upshot. Annoyingly, I just pulled out the prop for the P51 and went, oh, damn, because yesterday I painted the yellow tips on the Lysander prop. So I could have done them as well. But there you go. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? No, that's really about it. But things have moved on a little bit. So how about you, Steph?
Me? Give me a second, I will show you what I've been up to. Didn't do much over the weekend, as I was busy in Birmingham during the day. And I had father-in-law's birthday yesterday, so we took him out for the day. And yeah, so come in this morning and I'm just doing a load of decking on the submarine. There you go. That one there, I'm not going to touch it because it's soggy. Came with one, so I had to cut it into 3 sections because otherwise it was not going to fit properly. No. It's really frustrating because what they do is they give you a whole section of dials and bits, so pointy stick that way. So that one there is 1 decal, but that one there is 2. It's like, well, make your minds up, and then that one there is just 1 decal, but then this section here is 4 decals. I would rather have them as separate decals so you can get them position right, because sometimes they don't position correctly. Anyway, I've done those as well.
Ooh.
And that one, oh come on, you would just, there you go, that one there. So yeah, I'm just going to crack on with these and hopefully get them finished. There's only another, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to do.
They do make quite a difference, though, don't they?
Oh, yes. So, yeah, it's a nice build. But as I say, it's just breaking it down. I said yesterday, it's just breaking it down into 8 separate models.
Are the instructions working front to back?
Sorry?
Are the instructions working from front to back? So you got the torpedo tubes you've already done.
You mean bow to stern?
That's the one.
Yeah, front to back, John. I'm with you, mate. Yes, it does. So, where are we? Yeah, the next one's the control room. Oh, pity death. Look at that lot for the control room.
Lovely.
And
I'll be close.
it's not the one I'm stressing about. The one it's just like, yeah, fine, whatever.
Engine room?
Yeah, that's the one I'm worried about. Where are we?
567
parts. Give me a sec. Here you go. Right, go solo layout, and that's the first section. That's the second section. And there's comments there that I've circled. Install it last. Install it first. Make 6.
Make 6.
That's not the best one. The best one was the torpedoes. Make 12. There you go.
That's going to look pretty good. That's going to look pretty good when it's done, that engine room.
Yes. Just got to make sure I do it properly.
Yeah, if for no other reason, then there's lots of bits on show.
Yeah.
It'll look really busy.
Yeah. Nick Lindsay sent me some 3D stuff so I can add, because extra stuff on here, there should be some beds there.
All right.
So I'm just going to put a row of beds there. So, and it just as if to say, yeah, there's more there. So I'm just going to do little bits and pieces like that. So, yeah, let's get these sorted, shall we? Right, that's done. It needs to dry. That hasn't got any decals. That's only got one.
I was looking at those pictures, Mel, of that Keith put up yesterday.
Yeah.
Of wandering around. I'm going, I never saw that. Didn't see that either. Because you wonder, you're going, man, it's just didn't have time. You got to get back because there were so many people at the stand.
Yeah.
You're talking. I mean, you stood there, you're suddenly talking to someone, and Gary's talking to someone, Steph's talking to someone, James is talking, and there's more people piling in. Yeah, and they're going, oh, that, oh, that.
Good stuff, though, isn't it?
Oh, it's great. I started off talking to a bloke, quite oldish, and he said, yeah, he served. He mentioned about Saudi soldiers. You know, what's the difference between red and Saudi? I don't think I should say this.
Then don't.
I won't. So he made a joke. He made a joke, and we got talking, and found out he was the head secretary, chairman of the Northampton Army British Legion branch, or whatever that you want to call them. And we were discussing funding for Monster Heroes. And he mentioned this, and you really need to speak to the Army Benevolent Fund, and you might be able to get 10 grand out of them. Oh, that sounds good. He says, all I can do is about 100 quid,
Now.
Just now, yeah. Well, not even now, at a time.
Yeah.
I can sort of write it off. I went, Northampton? Oh, Steph, I went, he does a face-to-face in Wishton, and Steph came over and started talking about it. And he went, yeah, no problem. I'll see you there. And he went away. There's obviously a bit more conversation. And he came back later on and goes, there you go. Have a bag of goodies, only for your face-to-face session. He just went and spent 100 quid on models.
Yeah.
There you go. That's you. He's got details of Malcolm's email and that. So hopefully he's going to be contacting Malcolm and going, hello, I'm here. Here's the person you want to speak to in the Army Benevolent Fund. You might, if you put it in, you might be able to get a nice little grant.
Yeah, I spoke to Malcolm about it yesterday. Just said, look, this has happened. Boom, boom, boom. Malcolm said, yep, not a problem. What we can do is we can ring fence it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So anything like that, because that's what I was worried about. Because I said to him, I did say to the guy, I'm not sure. I think I may have to take him down. He went, no, that's for your lot. So I went, okay, I'll speak to Malcolm. Spoke to Malcolm, and Malcolm's like, yep, not a problem. You keep that for your lot.
Yeah.
And there was 5 models, 4 148th and a 132nd.
All aircraft, weren't they?
Yeah.
And he was armour.
Not sure.
I don't know what. He was quite high up because he'd been working with the Saudis. He ended up teaching at their officers or soldiers, one of their military schools at King Khalid after he finished.
All right.
So he was, I think he was at least a brigadier.
Yeah, because his daughter's now OC 9 Squadron.
That's RAF, not jump out of perfectly good serviceable aircraft.
Yeah. No, the only time the Air Force jump out of an aeroplane is when it's burning.
Yeah, our 9 Squadron is parachute squadron.
Right.
Yeah, those sort of events, anything can happen, can it?
Oh, yeah. I do believe somebody's just turned up. Good morning.
Sorry about the hour.
You forgot?
No, I was cooking and then eating. So we had a couple of late shifts in the family today, so I wanted to serve it up when she got home. So I made it, literally.
Good.
Cool. Give us a sec. Park that there for the moment. Right then, Mr. Marley, what have you been up to?
Let me just check. So my sound is okay.
Yep.
All right. So changing camera. I'm progressing with the SE5A. So it's probably a bit glary. We'll see how we go. So the cage sort of continues. What's left on the floor is sort of done as well. So you've got a couple of pedals. I've made up a little. These are photo etch magazine holders. I'll need to be given another shade of wood before they go on. About to drop this onto there, I think, or getting close to it. Yeah. So it's all coming together. It's looking pretty good. And then, of course, the inside of the fuselage. It's all, yeah. So I'm very much enjoying this. It's very different from a MiG-23. Yeah, and resin magazines and all that stuff. So yay. Although I should put this aside and do some more stitching on the cricket balls.
Mhm.
I might do that.
That is brilliant, mate. That cricket ball, stunning.
Oh yes.
Once you get the stitching over the join,
Yeah.
that's going to just look like a cricket ball that's been made into a tank. It's just
Well,
ridiculous.
hopefully,
It's
yeah.
brilliant.
And then because it looks a bit gash at the moment because I've got a lot of tape on it, but
Yeah.
I can take this off now, eh? Let's see. Well, it's a new blade. You'd think it'd be able to cut masking tape, wouldn't you?
You'd think. So, what are you doing about that? Because I think in cricket balls here, that they have like a golden crest on them, a gold-coloured crest on them.
Yes, so the kookaburra.
Yeah.
So what are you doing about that crest?
I've been looking for Electroset set, the embossing gold stuff. I haven't found one yet. However, the decals that come with the kit just happen to have a kangaroo with them. So they, as a last, as a worst case scenario, that can just go on there.
That'd be perfect, wouldn't it?
Because it's better than Mickey Mouse, for instance. It's got nothing to do with cricket. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll just have a look around. I think I'll go to the shop tomorrow and see what I can find. But yeah, look, I'll put SE5A aside for now, and I'll do this just so I've got one less to do later. And that'll be half an hour well spent, I think.
Cool.
Come on, there we go.
I just can't imagine drilling all them holes for the legs.
It took a while.
Yeah,
because there's
Of course it did, but I just thinking of doing it, it just fills me with dread.
Yeah, well, yeah, as it did me. It took probably a couple of maybe a week longer to get into it. I've only been doing it's like doing all the online builds where I tend to only do them live.
Yeah.
But part of it is because I just sort of like, I can't be bothered doing that. I'd rather do anything else.
I would have thought the planning and marking out would have taken a hell of a long time as well.
Yeah.
Oh, well, one of the shows was me just trying to, I had a picture of the seam of a golf ball just in front of me, just on the iPad. And I was just sort of copying it, really. And so I did it and said, yeah, that'll work. I was just doing it over unpainted plastic. And then when I came back to actually start stitching it, I had forgotten how to do it and had to go back and watch that YouTube video again.
How does looking at the stitching on a golf ball enable you to do stitching on a cricket ball?
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm giving golf ball stitching.
That's why I got it right.
I know nothing about sport, apparently.
Bugger all.
No,
it's but to get the holes so evenly spaced.
it's not perfect.
Of course, it's not. But I mean, you'd never know.
Oh,
they really do look good.
Thank you.
So Telford this year, you can bring it along. Show us.
Yes.
Right. Now, there's my string. Last thing I want to do is lose my string. Now, I've got a runny nose. I'm going to have to mute myself occasionally and blow it. Just bear with me.
Yeah, it's cool, mate.
I do nicely.
Yeah. So you enjoyed the show, John?
Yeah, it was great fun. The strip down was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. The setup was easy, even though we ended up with I don't know if you know, there was a big pile of paperwork, including the health and safety risk assessment and things like that. And they're saying, right, you need to book in with Voyager Control, and you'll be given an hour slot to come in and unload. You've got to be there, blah, 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 blah. I turned up early, got in early, unloaded in 45 minutes, parked up. That's by the by.
Huh.
But yesterday, and they left, and overnight they've gone around all the stands and put a sheet of paper on saying this is what's going to happen at the end of the show. And we were on section C, and there's A, B, C, and they were going to call people forward D, C, B, A.
Yep.
Strip closest to the door, sort of thing. They're going, people are just going to want to get away, and it's going to be bedlam. So I had my big trolley, loaded up the first one, took it, got on the shuttle bus, or got help to get on the shuttle bus, got it off. And it was fairly quick. Getting back was a lot slower. Well, that's by the by. Got back, and I thought I was going to do 3 or 4 runs with this. No. Completely filled the second lot up, and everything was on it. Mainly steps, including, I shall show you, this box of goodies.
Hey!
Whoa.
Which is Lisa's stuff, which is on top. So there was four tubs, no, 3 tubs with that on top. Rest of my Thompson on top of that. Instead, but the trolley's designed mainly for pulling along, but I had to push it so I could hold on to that at the same time. So I'm going to 750 meters plus a little bit, maybe okay. Pushing this through the crowds because the Torval and Dean were on, and there's bodies there. For pushing this and trying to control it because it was a bit. But I got everything in 2 runs, which I was most impressed with. I'm guessing people were still queuing up to try and get in with their cars, and that would have been bedlam. So I had to get away. I was an hour and a half. It took us to clear out. Once 4 o'clock came, okay, we'd strip down. But we weren't in a rush. We stripped down, packed everything up, got all the boxes settled. I then took the first lot away because of the distance, and I was dragging or pushing the trolley. It took a little while. But by that time, because Torval and Dean had been on, it was on twice, all the people who'd seen the first one were going. So even if I'd got a bit earlier, I would have been stuck in traffic trying to get out of the place.
Yeah.
Worked out quite nicely. And the run down the A14 was good as well. So all in all, bonus.
So do you have to park 750 meters away from the venue?
Yes, east 1 we're on. There is a shuttle bus, which is not a problem. At 7 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock ish, when you get there, there's no one else trying to get in. There's no punters or anything, so it's dead easy. But it's a venue. It's not just one hall. There's shed loads of them, and they have Torval and Dean on, and there were bodies everywhere.
Mhm. So that's probably why the M4H is always chock-a-block.
Yeah, because Torval and Dean are always on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that's what I meant. It's exactly.
And to answer your question, Mel, you don't have to park 750 meters away. That's where the car park was. Because I was in disabled spots. Mine was only about 200 meters away.
Yeah.
Well, that's yeah. No, I'm just thinking. Well, it's all right. If that's where the parking is, that's where the parking is.
Mm. Not an issue.
I've known before that because Roundhouse have shown at NEC, and I didn't actually end up going, but they were saying that they have strict rules about booking in times and parking and this and that and passes and all sorts of shit.
Sorry, Mal, just a thought. Roundhouse might be going to the railway show, not the Key World, which is later on in the year.
Yeah, they do. That's just that this Airfix one was a new one, and with it being railways as well, they might have been there. But I think it's not really Garden Railways, is it?
No.
So that's probably why they went there. It'd just be interesting if they are there, because I aim to be there next year, and if they're there, I can just rock up and say hello.
Oh.
And
you remember me?
Sorry?
You go, I'm here. Remember me?
They remember me.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Anybody where I've been remembers me. You know that.
Yeah. He only goes twice.
It's just that I have another opportunity to
annoy them.
The brown nosing git who are left. I'd have another opportunity to tell him where to get off.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason I want to. And Harry might be there.
Harry
the RB.
Come on.
Human.
Harry up, Harry, come on.
Harry
Belafonte?
No, he's a brilliant artist. Hang on.
Harry Corbett?
No. Harry Harrison.
Oh,
well, I've still got that.
Ooh.
Chuffs.
Ooh.
Golden Railways.
What I used to build. Chuffs.
Boop.
Yep, exactly.
Our prices. 32mm gauge. Well, that's set track. Well, that's the tracks and stuff. Linda Blanche. Vale of Rydal. Dun, dun, dun. Here you go. Linda Blanche Charles. They're small RC garden locomotives. This is January 2005. 1,650 quid.
Jesus.
SRNL 24, 2,300. Vale of Rydal 262 tank loco, RC only, 2,100. And then you can have Vale of Rydal RC drain cocks, factory fitted only, 80 quid. Vale of Rydal RC steam whistle, factory fitted only, 115 quid. Vale of Rydal large capacity gas tank, exchange, 15 quid. Cheap. Insulated wheels, set of 4, 10 quid. God, that all brings back lots of memories.
And that was then. How much is it now?
Yeah. Well, these things are so you wouldn't believe how popular they are. We had a board with because every year there's a new locomotive. They design and produce a new locomotive, and they launch. They have an open day. I think it's in May. May. I'm sure it's May or June. They have an open day and they launch it on that day. And it's only a small factory, and it's like flooded with people, with guys. There's very few women involved in it, and it's packed out. And they every time they speak to you, they say, "You've got the dream job. I'd love to work here." Because to them, we were building, what they like, models and stuff. That's what they did. But some of the garden railways that the guys had were stupendous.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine so.
There was one guy in Sheffield. He had a real 1-to-1 Darjeeling railway locomotive. I don't know if you've seen them. All the locos around Ashbelt were narrow gauge, and the Darjeeling Railway is a specific style of engine, and he had one in his garden, a real one, and he ran it. Bizarre. Bizarre. It was so good. But anyway, I was looking for pictures that Harry does. Where have I hit them? I found them the other day.
Yeah. B. Oh, okay.
Nah, can't find them.
No, I have that off.
Oop, missed. This is taking less time than I thought it would. I guess I'm used to it now.
An expert.
I don't want to do it for a living, though.
But you could. Something to fall back. You never know when these skills might come in handy.
Steph, were you there when we were discussing James's khaki build?
Khaki what?
Khaki. No, he's got that Japanese aircraft carrier land deck.
Oh, the Yamamoto, the Akagi deck.
Khaki, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see what he's thinking of doing. Excuse my French, but an idiot.
Do you know he's having trouble finding figures for it?
He's having what?
Trouble finding figures.
You joking?
Japanese naval air in 135th.
Wow.
Naval crewman.
Could he not get away with 132nd?
No, possibly if he could find them, but they don't. No one does Japanese naval figures, or if they are, they're sort of pilots and senior officers or people waving, going "Yay, bye!" Not ground crew are working on them. Do you know what? Did you hear what I suggested he do?
What?
He said, have it sunk in a block of resin.
Yeah.
It'd be like a black hole. It'd be sucking in things because it'll have a gravitational pull.
Yep. Oh, nice idea, mate.
Just to get one up on Malcolm. Oh, I can resin pour. It's not a problem. Look at all these fish I can see. I said, oh, you could have electric eels coming out pipe work and all sorts.
Oh yeah. Becomes its own coral reef.
Oh yeah, I didn't mention that. I was going to suggest to say to Malcolm that James is thinking of doing a sunken shit, sunken large scale,
Yeah.
because obviously he knows all the ins and outs of resin pour now, because Malcolm did it, so he knows what not to do and what to do.
Yep.
So he's going to spend a couple of grand just on some resin.
Oh, and all the bloody rivets he's doing.
Yes.
Rivets.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I think it's just a deck, isn't it?
Yeah.
But he
He's
wants to
gonna
do
build
at
below
least 2 decks below it, hangar space and everything. But he wants to do it where the bombs hit it, so the bomb's gone through and everything. He reckons about 5,000 rivets.
Yeah. And counting.
So I said I could draw some up for him. Then it's up to him to print them.
Well, that'd be spectacular if you can pull it off.
Mm.
Mm.
Not half.
Did speak to 3D Gizmo and Model U, see if they were doing any figures or even just Japanese faces.
Mm.
Put them onto other bodies that would be suitable.
And no, was it?
No, I think it was positive from both of them.
Cool.
Were you there, John, when I was talking to James about that rivet making tool I've got?
No, I wasn't. I said I've got one as well. He went off and got a hole punch set.
Like that.
Ah, that's what you've got. I've got something slightly different.
There you go.
Yeah.
So when you push it into the plastic, it makes that little dome.
Uh-huh.
I need something like that to make a cone.
A cone?
Yeah.
Oh, gotta take this. Give me a sec.
What's a cone for?
Ice cream.
The what?
Ice cream.
Ice cream? Yeah, there's that. For the antenna, it's for an insulator on the antenna wire of my IAR81.
Ooh.
Huh.
I have made a couple before, but the technique I used then doesn't seem to want to work. So.
British. Black white. Okay. You can do that. Wow.
Sorry, that was my aunt calling up, and she just interrupted me because I was just about to say that a special message to our American customers from Qatari about the 132nd Messerschmitt Bf 109 availability. Unfortunately, as a result of the current situation of tariffs, it's extremely unlikely that the 132nd 109K4 will be available for domestic American wholesalers.
Fantastic.
Brilliant.
More for us. Woohoo!
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant.
Shipping expected second quarter of 2025.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Oh, hell yes. Right then, let's go around and see what people have got done. So let's start. Hello, little old lady.
Hello. One of the things I didn't do on the weekend was the last bit was the crewman, the commander for the steward. So I thought, I left it specifically to do here because I'd do all the filler in that. But they've designed the arms because the arms are separate at the head and the helmet. But they've designed it so there's a slot, it's shaped, and they slot together, so you can't misalign them. And they're brilliant. So I assembled him, and he's ready for go primer, hopefully this afternoon. And since then, I have been doing bits and pieces. So the Paulsons are in the turret, and they move up and down because they're good like that. I've drilled holes, put a bit on, and Tom just put the front of the turret on. So yeah, I've been a little bit progressing nicely. Hopefully, I'll get this Crusader done this afternoon. They're both going for priming.
Brilliant.
Thank you. I know.
Cool. Thank you very much. And Mal.
I have given this thing a bit of a wash in sort of a medium to dark grey colour. And I'm just breaking it as I wipe off the excess. So that's happening.
Mm.
That's it. It's there's a bit to go over, but yeah, you won't see a lot.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Just give it a nice bit of dirt in there, highlights bits, dirties up the markings nicely. So yeah, that's coming up.
Thank you very much indeed, Mal. And Mr. Marley.
Well, I've completed a third quarter, so happy with that.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it took less time than I thought it would. So yay! So I'm one step closer to getting this on. Yeah, let's see. Does that look all right? Oh yeah.
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 Yeah, that'll be all right. It won't be perfect. I think the seams between the two will be a bit naff, but you know, it's a start. So yeah,
It's unique.
It'll progress. Yeah, well, I've never, it literally came to me in a moment. Just thought, oh, what'll I do? Oh, but no, I've never seen anything like it either. Just I'm glad it's turning out because it could have been a disaster, but it's looking convincing. I think convincing enough.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Yes.
Nice.
What about you, Steph? Anything?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
God, there we go. Click that button. So I've got all the deckling done. So I've got that one there.
Wow.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's looking fantastic.
Yeah, those dials, that set of 3, one's red, one's green, and the one at the top is half red and half green. I don't know whether I can get it close enough for you to see. Oh, come on. There you go.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they just need a bit of a touch up. This.
Mm.
God, I can't even see that bit of wool on there. Good Lord.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Well, cameras show up all the sins, don't they?
Done that one and that one. And that one.
Wow.
And that one.
Ew.
The captain's bunk radio. Because what I've decided to do is back there is his light. So I'm going to put a little light in there and just run the cable outside. Like an idiot. And where's the one? Oh, that one. And that one as well.
God. It's going to look spectacular.
I do hope so. It's a lot of work. So, yeah, that's what I've got done this morning. So, thank you very much for watching, folks. I have every intention of being back for Wednesday. So, if anybody has... What am I don't know. I've got my mind on other things because my aunt just called me. So, if you gents would like to say goodbye to Tice.
All right.
Bye.
And we will see you on Wednesday. Take care. Bye.
Cool.
Stay safe. Keep modelling.